surgical, physical when I'm lyrical. So bat it down with medical, something critical. It's gonna take a miracle. Bright lights for some spiritual, written down like biblical. I finally reached the pinnacle. Yeah. Welcome to the house, the one they talking about. Word of mouth, the boxing playhouse, without a doubt. All the latest and greatest boxing news, that's what it's all about.
Welcome tonight. I'm with Amazing Women's. It's Ladies Night, baby. And of course, we are talking to IMI Inc. And we have Lady, I was going to say Lady Ram. I looked at Taz and I said Lady. And we have Lady Ram's protege, which is CARISSE Taz Brown, with us as well, because she is going to be on the documentary as the first episode of Hit Like a Girl. But trust me, they don't hit like girls. Trust me. Welcome, ladies. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you
for having us.
Yes, always a pleasure. I'm always glad to see you, Taz. And all the accomplishments that you have now is just amazing. Branching out to different sporting, combat sports, leagues and different things. So we definitely got to talk about that. But first, we got to talk to these amazing film cinematographers and photographers. Sheree. Hey, Sheree. Sheree, how you doing?
Hey.
And then we got Miss Lisa as well. And they both have their own production companies. And those production companies, let's see what we have here. Okay, so IMI stands for Image Masters International, Inc. And then Lisa's company is MAYDWELL Productions. Wow. I mean, you guys have to be really busy right now. I mean, tell us a little bit about your latest project, Hit Like a Girl, and how you collaborated on this.
Well, I'll let Lisa start on how we initially met, and then we'll get into Hit Like a Girl.
Sheree and I were introduced because I was looking for a cinematographer for a documentary that I was working on called The Final Round. And I was going to Florida, and someone highly recommended her to shoot my interview with Riddick Bowe. And so after that, we started talking about her starting this documentary. And I was like, we should make this a series. Instead of just having one boxer, let's have a series of them. And so that's how we initially connected and began to collaborate.
Well, I just think that's amazing how, referrals work, ladies and gentlemen. Still in this day and time, word of mouth means a lot. Right, Sheree?
Yeah, because she really found me. And it was from word of mouth of another photographer friend of ours. So it definitely worked out. And I was already working on the documentary for Taz, and was planning on adding Lady Ram because of so much that Lady Ram has done. So it made sense that I was going to do it on her as well, because Taz had actually started documenting Lady Ram during her retirement fight. So
okay, I remember that. Yes.
Yeah. So Lisa have worked on docuseries, prior. So after we talked about it, I was like, yeah, this is a great idea. We can just bring on some more people. But Taz is the first episode and will be the one that's kind of our test episode, in which we will be submitting hers to some film festivals this year, and get that feedback. We already are getting major feedback on some boxers and just people in the business, but our goal is to bring together these breathtaking visuals and really captivate their stories, because each lady that we have on the docuseries they have their stories, you know. So we're going to deep dive into this world and talk about their challenges, you know, recognize their accomplishments, and
Yeah.
you know, as this series unfolds, you know, Lisa and I are hoping that it gets picked up down the line. So we have very high expectations.
Very high. And I've spoken with several people that are in the business, and everyone just loves it, especially the title. They love the title, Hit Like a Girl. And it just it's something different. It's something different that's not out there.
Well, actually, when we was talking about that, excuse me, we was trying to come up with a name, and Lisa came up with it. I was like, I love it, you know, because typically when you hear Hit Like a Girl, it's usually about women golfers. You know, they're hitting the golf ball, or you know, it's always fight like a girl that you hear in boxing. So I was like, oh, I love this. I love the sarcasm, you know what I mean? That this
Mhm.
really is going to work because none of these ladies
The
hit like
irony
a
of
girl.
it. Yes. In and outside the ring, a lot of boxing females, you know, they have to fight, you know, for their for respect, you know.
Right.
And that's the thing, is like when they're in the ring, you only see that they made it to the ring and the fight that occurs physically with an opponent, but they have literally already fought so many people to get in the ring and be taken seriously. Am I not right, Taz?
Absolutely correct.
Now I know that you're going to be on the first episode, so Sheree, Lisa, can you guys tell me, like, you know, what made you guys want to start with Taz Carice Brown first, like the Golden Child? What made you want to, you know, emphasize her as the first episode?
Well, I had already had a lot of footage. I have been capturing footage. Chaz and Lady Ram are just great in recording themselves, and Taz is an artist herself, a photographer herself. And I'm like, if I can't make it, can you guys just make sure you document this? And they just was just great at it. Taz has put together pictures and video of where I couldn't be at, right? Like Australia and a couple other locations in Mexico. And um, so we wanted to just keep with that program, you know. So that's why she's coming out the gate first. We have footage and we're in post production with Taz. We got a couple of aunties we want to get hooked up with, but other than that, you know, we're good to go with Taz.
You know, we had a big head start with her, so it made sense for us to start with her. And because she's right there in Florida, because our other fighters, some are here in Georgia and
Uh-huh.
one in Vegas, and so Taz is the easiest to get to and do interviews and get to her boxing matches.
Yeah, I mean, and she just stays really busy. So,
Yeah.
I mean, what is it, Taz? You've been to Australia. Boxing is taking you all around the world, and Mexico. And Sheree, you was with her on some of those trips, right?
Yeah, Mexico. I was there twice with them in Mexico. Yeah,
Hmm. This
and
is some
then
of her accolades.
Michigan,
Oh, go ahead.
Michigan. Anything in the U.S. I've for the most part have made it.
Yeah, I mean, and that's a feat in itself, just being able to actually follow the boxer through their journey. And now we turn to the fighting. I mean, because her accolades are now Team Combat League athlete, and she's with the Orlando Vipers, that is, you know, in Orlando, of course. And then of course she's a title holder, two title holders. So she has the WBIA and the ABO regional titles to her name. And then, of course, she is just really well known here in Central Florida, especially, as well as California, because of the women hubs that there are in this country. So, Tess, I mean, do you think this is the right place to have decided to be a fighter, a boxer
I think
in
it's
Florida?
I think it's an absolute opportunity to be a female fighter in Florida. One, because of the lack of females in the sport in Florida,
Mhm.
and me being an athlete in the past, it also adds to the boxing abilities, and it's showing women in Florida around in the little girls that they too can get in the ring and fight if they feel like it. There's nothing per se to be afraid of. It's not a man or boys only sport. So
Yeah, and there was some amazing people along the way that have helped you be able to flourish and blossom, and keep people like Sheree and her company, and now Lisa. I mean, you're going to be even more well known now. I mean, how do you feel about being a part of a documentary, docu series actually, that is going to like highlight you and give you even a bigger platform?
I'm actually thrilled. I'm ecstatic, excited, all the above, and I'm very, very like in a childish manner. Like can't wait for Christmas. I can't wait till it comes out to see everything, all the hard work and everything put together for that episode.
Yeah.
And some of the pictures that we've gone through, and Taz, when just as a little girl, I always talk about this one, you know, where just at 2 years old she had biceps. This is she was meant to be. She was meant to be. So
Right.
I don't want to tell it, but her journey is fascinating, and it's inspiring as well.
Yes, I really am interested in Taz's episode. I know it's going to be fully amazing. I hope you were able to get some of that background of you being from the Geechee tribes that are in South Carolina too, or was it Georgia? I can't remember.
No, it was South
South
Carolina.
Carolina.
It was South Carolina. Yeah, I really like that part of it too. Just to tell you where your humble beginnings are and how far you've come. And so we're gonna all be like waiting, anticipating, ladies. I mean, when am I
Right.
gonna be able to see this? I know it's also gonna be a debut, but I mean, you gotta let me see a little snippet first. I
Well,
mean,
you probably see a trailer come out in August. You'll see a trailer that will, kind of give some highlights of what to anticipate.
all right. I
And we
guess I
also
have.
have the sizzle that kind of gives you a little sneak peek into who the other fighters who will be in the upcoming episodes.
Yes, those are great points you made, Lisa. So, where can we find that Sizzler reel right now? Like,
The sizzle reel
is
is on the Hit Like a Girl Facebook page, the Hit Like a Girl Instagram. It's also on the Hit Like a Girl YouTube channel. We have all three dedicated to Hit Like a Girl docuseries.
okay. I
And
mean,
and the
definitely.
website.
And a
Oh,
website. Thank you,
okay.
Lisa.
What's the red website?
The website is hitlikeagirl.com.
They're like a
Okay.
girl series.
Dot
Yes.
com.
Yeah, here like a girl series.com.
Girlseries.com.
Yeah.
Everybody now. Okay, let's see. Oh, we got Jason Crosby from the Winter Haven Gym. What's up, Jason? He says, "What's good?"
Hey,
I
Jason.
mean,
Hey,
you,
Jason.
darling, you good. All right. So definitely, Jason. Oh, he's got another message for Taz. Taz can't be on it. She hits like a man.
That's the point. Jason
Jason,
got the point. He got it. He got
Uh
it.
pretty cool. And yes, Plant City Gym. I said Winter Haven, didn't I? I'm so sorry.
Yeah, the
Plant
Plant City
City Boxing Gym.
boxing.
How could I ever?
Yeah, we actually have some footage of Taz training at Plat City a couple of times.
Okay.
I know
Okay.
Yeah.
So we
Coach
can look forward to seeing that too.
Rodriguez.
Jose Rodriguez. Yes, Coach
Mhm.
Jose. I haven't seen him in a while. I gotta check on him too.
And that's
Okay.
the great part about being a part of this series is going to the different gyms and seeing the vibe of the different gyms and talking to
Mhm.
some of the fighters who are not a part of the series but are interested in it. Just by hearing the name of it. So that makes it exciting too, seeing all the different places where Taz trains and fights. Um, yeah, that's going to be interesting too, especially with some of our other fighters too that own gyms. It just makes it exciting.
Yes, for sure. Gym, it's called the Gym Vibes. You know,
Yeah,
each one of them is unique. I'm close to the St. Pete Boxing Club, and they have their own light culture there. And the feeling you get when you go in there, it's years of hard work and sweat, and tears. You can smell it. So
yeah.
Yeah.
they're adding to it every day. So that one is also cool. And then we got Plant City Boxing, where he's mentoring, Jason and Jose are mentoring a lot of kids in after school programs and things like that. And so that's another vibe. It's just really fascinating to me. And the fact that a lot of people are right here in Tampa Bay and don't realize how much of a boxing hub and how much of a boxing community we really have here.
Yeah,
It's a lot of
yeah,
boxing fans that's in this area.
yeah.
Yeah.
And just being able to match female boxers, that's a challenge in itself, so we've captured that. Um, we've talked with some of Taz coaches that she's worked with before, so some of those stories. We talked with other coaches that were around when she was when we fought for the Golden Glove um, as well. So it's very interesting, her story, and as it unfolds, you will see, some of the challenges that Taz has overcome, and she's still at it.
Yeah.
This is just the tip of it. Hopefully, once you see her episode, you guys will be like, when she's gonna do episode number 2, we want to know what the rest of the story is gonna be about, right?
Yeah, you gotta leave that little cliffhanger because we gotta be like enthralled and want to know like what's next. Okay, we got Tracy here. That is Jason's lovely
Hi,
wife.
Tracy.
Yeah, she is a big supporter of boxing. I mean, gosh, she can help put together a ring like nobody's business. Talking about hit like a man. I mean, she can just like assemble like a man. I guess you would say the way she's able to help with those rings and stuff. I just be in awe.
Yeah.
One
I mean,
time we went out of
we
town.
talked with Alicia, the a female referee, you know what I mean, and she
Oh
actually,
yeah, Alicia. Colin.
we couldn't deep dive with her because she has rules and regulations, that she has to follow. But just
Mhm.
hearing that aspect of just women in the sports, itself. I mean, I interviewed you, Miss Sakura and Emilio, so that to
Oh
get you
yes,
guys' perspective. You know,
girl, that seemed like such a. It was only a couple of months ago, and I forgot it already. That is crazy.
yeah,
We
that
have
actually
to
was
try.
last year that we interviewed you. Yeah.
Yes, but remember how me and Emilio was getting into it when you was like, "Dang, I needed to catch." Calm down. Not that type of getting into it, but we was talking boxing. So he had his opinion, I had mine, and then I say, Sheree, this how it go down in this house. This is what happens. We be at it like, no, but this and that, but no, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, no, but listen to what I'm saying. So I mean, she got to see it with her own eyes that this is like a true boxing, household. So
Yeah, y'all definitely know your business. That's for sure. And then you're going to be a part of the documentary as well because you interviewed Chevelle, one of Taz's mentors. And that went
yes.
very well.
Yes, Chevelle was amazing to be able to sit down and have a conversation with her about her career and how, you know, how she finds working with Taz and what it was about her that she liked and, you know, wanted to help mentor. So that was a great experience as well. And I thank you, Sheree, for including me in that because, you know, sometimes it's you're a woman in boxing too. I'm a woman in boxing too, but on the media side, and it's just as, you know, complicated over there to maneuver too as an African American female. So you know, you got the female barrier, but then you also got, you know, added on that minority feature too. So I
Right.
appreciate you, you know, just
And then,
considering me for the
yeah,
interview. That was
well,
amazing.
I thank you. And, you know, and Lisa's our producer, so you know she's the one that's writing the the script or the narrative when we have
Okay.
our narrator on there. So
Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate it. I didn't know. Like I just thought, you know, I was just. She was like, "Yeah, you should do it." So I just appreciate that that was included in the docu series in any type of way. It was cool experience.
And that's one of the angles that we're going at too, is we are um, using as many females in the different positions. Our theme song was created by a female out of Shorty G out of Vegas. She's out on the West Coast. So yeah, you hear the when you watch the sizzle, she is
Yes.
the one singing, rapping in the background.
I remember liking that song too when I was looking at the sizzle. I remember I was like, "Yeah, that's a nice song. I like
yeah, and
it."
we have a award-winning actress that did the voiceover for the sizzle, and
Mm.
so we wanted to make sure you know we're really emphasizing you know the female aspect of it. But I'm like Jason though. I think Shakur could throw a nice hook.
Hey, and don't try me now. You catch me on the wrong day. Okay. Anything is possible. I mean, I do watch a lot of boxers and their training and know their techniques in the ring. So I'm sure if I had to, I could make something happen to surprise somebody. You know, defensively, I think that's something that a lot of women should just, you know, entertain and be open minded about. Just, you know, so you have like some security. You're not going to
Right.
always be able to get to that taser or that gun or have a guy with you when you're walking to your car in the garage or whatever. So, I mean, boxing can play that type of role too, where you can be defensive minded when you're, you know, just going into some life environments that are a little scary sometimes. So,
Right. And boxing classes are getting more popular around the country,
right.
where it's used as a fitness slash defense type of activity. So that I think that's a great thing, especially for us for the docu series, because that means more people are going to be interested in the stories.
Oh yeah, that helps out a lot, and that's another issue that we are like, you know, trying to deal with in the boxing community anyway. In the boxing industry, is just gaining more followers back.
Right.
You know that have gone and watching the UFC, you know, MMA, or you know, or just rather watch basketball now or football, and stop being boxing as an American sport. I say, like
Right.
we need to build that fan base back up.
I,
Um, Go ahead.
I think it's because when back in my day,
Yeah.
we had the people who we followed. I call them the sweethearts. We had Ali, we had Frazier, we had um, Holmes and Foreman. We had all of them who we celebrated and cheered for, and we
Mhm.
knew their names. They were household names. I don't feel like it's like that anymore. It's like
Right. I mean, we don't get a spot on that Wheaties box. Put it that way.
right, right, exactly, exactly.
And I think Sugar Ray Leonard was probably like the last, like, true big American,
Right.
What do they call him? Like the American Dream type boxer that had like worldwide and branding that was done in such a commercial way that was for the broader audience. And then we started tapering off once boxing went to the premium channels. So then it started
Right.
being accessible to a lot of people that didn't have the HBOs and the Showtimes and now we're in a different space where it's going to apps. It's a lot of apps and things that are out here. But
Okay.
I mean, in actuality, everybody either has a Netflix or Amazon Prime or the zones. Like they can have, so more households are being accessed again, I think.
Right.
Right.
Even though
Right.
we have some boxing fans, traditionalists that are still like, no, 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 we need to be on lower channels and we need to go back to that. But I'm trying to explain, like, dude, a lot of people don't even have cable anymore. Like they're not even doing that. They're on their Fire Sticks or their, Hulu apps or whatever it is.
Right,
Right.
right.
Right. This-
Yeah.
And another thing about Taz that I find, makes her story, her journey really interesting is that she didn't go to the Olympics and win the gold. You know what I mean? She kind of came in the game and then,
Work their way up the hard way.
yeah, the hard way. And she was a pro within what, Taz, it's like
One.
2 years as an amateur, maybe.
Say again.
What how many fights as an amateur, after how many fights in the amateur, or how many or how long did you stay in the amateurs before you went ahead and turned pro?
3 years and then
Yeah.
turned pro.
Yeah, so it's she's saying like that you were able to maneuver the system but not do it the traditional way where you started boxing. I mean, like
At
Adrian Broner, he
18,
started
at
boxing at
18
age 6.
years old.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes,
Absolutely.
like I
Right.
mean, they have some out here that are like, starting as like babies. Um, Jason is also saying when it comes to defense, he says he shows the girls for sure how important a jab is. 100 girls can stop me and hold me. I'm 240. The look in the eyes are I can see do this. I can't figure out what he's saying there, but on the end, but definitely they're training women, girls in the gym to have some type of, defense. And then Jason says those people were leaders of people, not leaders of dollars. He's talking about
Yeah.
what you said, Lisa, when you were talking about the difference between then and now, and you brought up
Right.
some names. Yeah. I mean, and it is a profitable business for major companies. But I think he's saying like it's not all about legacy anymore. Like
Right.
even though you're making money, a lot of people are not into the legacy now that
Right.
boxing was known
Right.
for. Yeah,
The skill set. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. He said, I'd rather watch the fighters under 10 fights.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes they are way more entertaining than some of the boxers that are known to be like, your slick boxers or, like your Rigondeaux and people like that are Cuban pedigree, but they, it's really like hit, don't get hit. But then you have some people that are more like brawlers and they just are more action-packed fight, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because that's the way the public thinking now. They want something that's gonna be quick and fast and like with the MMA, it's quick, it's fast, it's takedown quick. It's not, strategy. It's strategy, but it's a different type of strategy. It's not slow and steady. It's
Right.
yeah, they
quick and
want to
fast like everything else
KO.
is.
I love a good KO too, but I like the way boxing is more nuanced and it's more like a thinking man's game where you're trying to create openings to be able to get
Right.
that KO. Let's see what else we got here. I wanted to talk about some of the other people besides Taz that are going to be in this docu-series. I have a few pictures. Uh-oh, I'm getting a call. She doesn't know I'm on live, Lord. Oh, boy. Okay, we got Lady Ram. Lady Ram is also one of the featured champions that are included, and she's coaches Taz. Dang, I couldn't get that out. So trainer extraordinaire. Anything you guys want to add on that?
Yeah, she's a champ in her own right. You know, was inducted into the International Women's Hall of Fame in Las Vegas last year. You know, she a badass.
Oh yes. So that's going to be another amazing. Do you need 2 episodes for her? Because her career is just really,
Right.
I mean, wow. It's an amazing story she has as well.
Yeah,
and then
she
I
is.
got, that's Lisa, right?
No, that's Wanda. Wanda.
Okay. I'm sorry, I didn't even look over there. Wanda, okay.
Yeah.
What's her story going?
She's the vice president of the International Women's Hall of Fame. And she used to be a matchmaker and was with Laura Ramsey, Lady Ram, in a lot of her fights all over the world. She matched those fights up for her.
And she's Wanda's being interviewed. She doesn't have an episode at this point.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Well, she's featured on there. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. And then
Sheree Brown. Yeah.
She's an amateur right now. And she's out of Georgia and have fought. Her accolades are just amazing as an amateur, and she's in that crossroad of whether or not she's going to go pro or not. And you know, I think that her father is her coach, and she just turned 18 last year. She'll be 19 this year. So she's amazing. Her whole family is a family of boxers.
Right.
I mean, she got the look. I mean, that look is saying that she got a killer instinct. So you know, kind of like Taz when she gets mad. So it looks dangerous to me. And then I saw Terry Harper as well.
Yeah, Terry Moss, the boss.
Terry Moss.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, she is so full of energy. That's what I learned about her. She is so full of energy. She runs a dynamic gym here in Georgia in Buckhead.
Dynamic
gym. She runs that gym.
Yes, we interviewed her. I think I've interviewed her twice for different things that were going on in Atlanta. One time she was promoting a fight. And the next time she was actually fighting, I believe it was something like, you know, like a exhibition type. But I mean, she stays busy, and I could tell, like when she was on, that she had a lot of energy. Like,
she was inducted into the International Women's Hall of Fame the same year that Layla Ali was.
Okay. Yes, Layla. Wow, that's amazing too. Let's see who else I got. Well, there's Sheree right there, busy, hard at work.
Let me get you some pictures of the other fighters.
Yes.
We have Zoe Hicks.
Huh?
Zoe Hicks.
Zoe Hicks. Okay.
Yeah.
Which she's in Georgia?
She's in Vegas. She recently moved to Vegas, and her husband both are fighters. They both are boxers. He has a pretty good record in his own right, and she was tried out for the Olympics.
Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, her and Sheree. trying
Yeah,
out for the Olympics, but they were in different weight class.
right.
But
Okay.
she's out of Michigan, and she's an amateur as well.
Okay. So how many episodes do you? I mean, so I don't want to say episodes, but how many
This
women
episode,
are
yeah,
you featuring?
yeah. It's
We have
six,
seven
six.
boxers,
Hmm.
but 6 episodes.
6 episodes right
And
now.
I'll let
It's
Lisa
six.
tell you why.
Yeah, six. It's 6 episodes, but our last one we have sisters, and they are dynamic. They're gonna be on everybody's lips here soon because they are amazing. Their dad is their trainer is and coach as well. Um, so they are
The Hardaway sisters.
Hardaway sisters. I don't think they are 18 yet, right, Sheree?
I mean, that's a great last name for twins, or they're
Right.
just sisters.
They're
Yeah.
17 and
15
actually
maybe.
they'll be
Yeah.
18. One of them be 18 this year.
Right. And I think the
17
other
and
be
18.
16. Yeah.
But they've worked with the Olympics trials, the US um, national teams.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of
Also, they be out in Colorado a lot.
yeah, they
And
Mm-hmm.
California. One just got back from a camp in California. So
Okay, yeah, like that's another hub for women's boxing too. And the thing that I wanted to mention is just with Colorado. I mean, we have some amazing women coaches that are there, and they go all around the world with these amateurs, and they are just super amazing. One of them is my girlfriend, Christine Lopez. She Taz, you know her. She's been on the show with us before, In the Ring with Christine.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh. So, and she goes, I mean, I'm like literally all these competitions around the world, and she has to leave her family for weeks, sometimes months at a time, dedicating herself to the sport of boxing and the
right.
amateurs in particular. She's also been a cut woman for Bud Crawford in his fight against Anna Vician, Taz. So
can you
she's
see the chat, Sakura?
huh?
You see the chat?
Let's see. Oh, he's saying
No,
I
I
work,
put in the website for Hit Like a Girl, and you'll be able to
oh,
actually see each fighter and a little bit about the bio.
oh, okay. All right, I see it. Okay, I'm gonna just see if I can put it back around here. But we are going to wrap up, but we're going to end with, a couple of one or two more questions. And the main question I have is to do with, the barriers that you see, specifically you, Carice, and then the barriers you two, Lisa and Sheree, see. Sheree, I'm sorry. What you guys see as barriers for women in this particular any combat sport. So we'll start with Taz as the boxer.
Ma'am, could you restate the question? I was looking at the comments. Sorry. Hey Jason.
Taz, oh my God, I'm gonna beat you with a stick. I'm gonna have to use that hook that Jason's talking about on you.
Uh-huh.
I was saying the barriers that the women are going through when it comes to being in the sport of boxing and any combat sport. What are the barriers that you see as being a female in the game and trying to maneuver and be successful? What do you find the most difficult thing to deal with?
Some of the most difficult things are finding a gym that accepts females to begin with, because that's where you get your foundation at, your basics, and where you learn what to do and what not to do in the ring. And
Uh-huh.
some guys per se are not, they don't agree with females being in the ring. So
Whoa.
they per se shun you or put you off to the side, say do this, do that. and then we'll pick back up tomorrow and kind of like let them linger versus trying to help them to get fights, teaching them the do's and the what nots to do in the ring so they don't get hurt, learning the proper defense and whatnot. But that pretty much stalls them from even growing and even achieving half of what they could achieve. I feel like that's the main
Mhm.
barriers because that's the actual beginning of it.
Like Neanderthal, like yeah, like that's like wow. I mean, I didn't know
Mhm.
that some people could be unaccepting at the actual gym level when you come in and you're like, yeah, I want to learn more about boxing, or I want to train with you, and they're being dismissive, basically, what you're saying.
Right.
That's crazy. I mean, I'm so sorry you're still, having to deal with that. I'm sure you found some places now, but in the beginning, yeah, that is very discouraging.
Right. Towards the beginning, it is discouraging, and then you learn throughout the game of boxing. If you don't have the right set of people around you, you won't progress in the game even further than what you would like to. So there's a lot of boundaries and negative barriers that need to be broken down, so the females have a much of a chance in the sport as the men do.
Yes, and another barrier is the sparring. I thought you were going to say the sparring, or
Right.
I thought you were going to say the business model. The way that things are, as far as everything is so expensive, and your opposition is expensive, and like so it creates less opportunities to actually be able to get in the ring and professionally fight. So I know that when you went to the team combat league, you know, obviously there's some compensation that is appealing in that particular genre than it would be in than it is in boxing. I assume. I
Yes,
mean,
it's
it's
a lot more because you get paid more frequently, you get more
mhm,
experience, you meet more people, different people, fighters, coaches, learning
mhm.
different strategies and tactics, certain things in boxing that'll help improve you as a full out boxer. But the exposure is beautiful. The fact you get to travel, meet, make new friends, the whole
Mhm.
nine yards.
Yeah, that is something that's very appealing, especially to women. Like, wouldn't you? Everybody needs a stable income, and
Right.
that is a huge barrier when it comes to boxing. Is like, you don't really know if that, even when you have an actual match made and an event scheduled, you really don't know until the last minute whether it's really going to happen or not.
Right.
Then
Right.
that
You pull out
loses
all the
scale.
time.
Yeah. I agree. Okay, let's go on. Let's see, Lisa.
I think the barriers are, as you said, sparring, having someone to actually spar with, which is a major part of boxing, because if they put a guy in there to spar with the female, he may try to take it easy on her, so she's not really getting the full effect of that activity. And the business side too, just kind of, as Taz said, uh, put not outright all the time, just being dismissive, but just kind of, oh, like, yeah, go stand over in the corner and look pretty, it's that kind of dismissive. I'll get to you when I finish with all these guys. So that's another part, and I think, and then even for Sheree and I as filmmakers, uh, being taken seriously and knowing that we can do the job.
Yeah, for sure. It's like once you've proven, that you are able to do the things that you say, and this, the consistency is very
Right,
important.
right,
Then it seems like you get more acceptability with men. But it's
right.
definitely like they want to test you more than they would they test a friend or a guy that they met. You seem like
And
you
that's
get tested
and
more.
that's why we have to do things on our own. We can't wait for Mr. Come Save Us to even have made this docu series. We went out there and we're we're bootstrapping it to make it happen, and it's going to be a success. And rather, and we didn't have to rely on a guy to make it happen.
I like that. I like that a lot. I mean, and that's one reason why we came out with Boxing Playhouse, just trying to do our own thing and stay in our own lane and not rely on outside people. Let's put it
Right,
that way.
right.
But Jason also has a point here that he found that when he's talking to women boxers, that there's a different, way that you can speak. But Kurt, he's saying that the coaches need to learn what motivates the actual individual fighter,
Right.
but as the learn the sport of boxing, sport, a boxer is a boxer. So no matter what, female or male, you're supposed to be treated, or be learning the same principles. And that's a great point, Jason. It's like the fundamentals are the fundamentals,
Right.
with all boxers. Okay, we with Sheree, and then we're gonna wrap up for the evening. Sheree,
Well,
barriers.
I guess I've found actually that the barriers are really known out there. Interviewing the different people, both male and female, they recognize these barriers, and the female boxers, um, retirees and the current, that are still boxing, they're still running into some of the same issues that these women have ran into, 50 years ago, and it's kind of sad, when we talk about the pay as well as the conditions of where they're at, where they weigh in, all the considerations of it just being a male sport and there's female boxers. It's like it's not always taken into consideration, and for it to still be happening in 2024,
Yeah.
is just kind of pathetic. But
Yeah,
we're gonna
and
bring.
also it's better in other countries that are supposed to be behind us.
Right.
As a first world country, we're a first world country, and you got second and third world countries treating women in boxing better. I mean, that doesn't make sense to me, like
Yeah,
logically.
exactly. Just like the girl that just won in Africa. I forget which part of Africa.
Uh-huh.
Um, and the recognition that she's getting. I mean, it's the same in most athletes, female athletes. Just like basketball, right? We're now showing some women basketball players, based on just this past college series, and it's just unfortunate, but part of this docu-series is bringing attention to just that, right?
Right.
I mean, and I'm hoping those stars that are just getting all that attention in basketball now are able to use that platform and show that, hey, it's not
We're
just me,
athletes.
it's other of us that, have been in the game a long time and have given to the sport and are amazing athletes too. Don't
Yeah,
think it's just me. I mean, but
right.
that person has to make up in their mind that's what they want to do. So we'll see. I
Hint the
have
Right.
my hope.
sarcasm, hit like a girl, because these
Yeah.
are professional and amateur athletes. This is the real deal. And I
Exactly.
dare any of them to get in the ring with Taz, right?
Exactly. I mean, and it's Hit Like a Girl docu-series. You can watch the scissor reel, and you can also watch a trailer, hopefully soon, that are on their platforms. Hit Like a Girl, which you can find on Facebook, IG, the YouTube channel, or you can go to the website. And I have that website right here for more information. All you have to do is go to hitlikeagirlseries.com.
And if I can
Ladies,
also interject one more thing, on the website, we have a sponsorship page, right?
okay.
So please give. If we are in production and post production, but with production, in order for us to get to all these places, get these interviews and take a small crew. We need some financial help. So whatever anybody can give, come on now.
We appreciate you.
Sponsorships, docu-series, documenting cinematographer is not cheap. Okay, and we want to do this series right. So if you have a couple of extra dollars, some coins, you can sprinkle over that way. Please just go to this website, hitlikeagirlseries.com, and we have Sheree as well as Lisa, who are totally dedicated to making sure that these women's stories are heard, and that means that we need to support them as well as cinematographers and the creative minds that they are too. Lady Ram, tell her I said, hey, Taz, we appreciate her a lot as well, even though she wasn't on tonight. And we're going to also thank all the women that were open enough to allow you guys to come in and document their life stories as well. Like sometimes it's not easy to give up some of those earlier years in your life and what triggered you to actually be a boxer. So we appreciate all of you, especially you, CARISSE Taz Brown. As always, this is Boxing Playhouse, and we thank you so much for joining us tonight. We are going to head out of here. I've got to eat me something to eat, ladies. You know, me and Amelia, we are like, foodies. So I've enjoyed you guys so much tonight. And please, guys, you definitely welcome anytime. I'm waiting for this trailer to come out. Let me know when it is so we can share it to our fans as well.
We'll do it.
Out.
Thank you.
Thank you. Love you guys.
Bye.
Love you too.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Welcome to the house, the one they talking about. Word of mouth, the Boxing Playhouse, without a doubt. All the latest and greatest boxing news, that's what it's all about.